What would a fourth ring mean for Steph Curry? Obviously, we already know it's about to be his sixth finals appearance in 8 seasons. Already a 2-time unanimous MVP, considered one of the best shooters of all time. Well, he is the best shooter of all time. He's proven that this year as well, too. Really changed the landscape of how basketball is played as well, too. But one thing he doesn't have yet is that finals MVP. So turning things over to you, Malachi. What are your thoughts on that?
Well, I think in a lot of ways, his legacy is solidified already. He is already far and away the best shooter we've ever seen by any metric that you want to use. He can shoot any way that you want. He can shoot off the dribble, off the screen. He's the best player. He's the best superstar of all time to move without the ball. Nobody's ever moved without the ball like him. He's the engine of the greatest offense we've ever seen. Like he's up there. He's I don't know about the finals MVP, but an extra ring is amazing. Like who doesn't need an extra ring, It puts him even further up. I think a lot of people want Steph Curry to be top 10, but without more rings, it's really hard to make the case that he's better than somebody like Shaq or Tim Duncan or Kobe. Like even with changing the game, I think that coming in and getting another ring, this finals appearance already helps a lot, but I think that getting another ring will definitely put him up there. I feel like finals MVPs, I don't know when the conversation about finals MVPs started. Like when did we start acting like this was the metric for like how we're going to look at great players? Like when I was growing up, it was like Kobe has 5 rings. He's a dog. And nobody was like, oh, well, he wasn't finals MVP. Like Shaq was finals MVP for a couple. Like nobody cared. Like he has the rings. He was obviously one of the 2 best players on the best duo of all time. Like it doesn't matter. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like people, I don't know when it got added to the conversation, but I honestly don't feel like it makes that much sense. Like if you're the finals MVP, like that matters for Andre Iguodala because that's going to be the best accomplishment that he gets other than the rings. But Steph Curry and these other guys who are Hall of Famers, top like 35, 50, like these guys, I mean, you're a monster. You know what I'm saying? Like finals MVP is just about one series and you've played 100 games that season. So I feel like he was the first unanimous MVP. That's way more important than ever winning a finals MVP.
What about you, Branford?
Yeah, I just have to echo what you said. Like, who doesn't need more rings? That's for sure. Especially, with LeBron kind of being the next in line, I feel like in the GOAT conversation, I think equaling LeBron's 4 will be huge, and it's something that we can't overlook. Like LeBron's one of my favorite players ever, and I think that even with that being said, a 4th ring for Steph, it's like, dog, his stats, like he's just, and also like you said, Malachi, he's changed the game. Like after Steph Curry, people are taking threes from anywhere, whenever, like whether they can make it or not, which is crazy. He's given people in middle school the confidence to shoot from 5 feet behind the 3, yo. Like my coach would be out so fast, but no, he's definitely one of those iconic players that he already has like really an impressive ass resume. And just adding that 4th ring will definitely just, put him in that top tier category, but yeah, it's just a separator, I would say. Championships, it's a separator. He's joining a very exclusive group.
Yeah, that's true. And you, Byron?
Oh yeah, he wants that ring. I feel like he wants that ring, like on your point, Malachi, because he wants to be a part of those discussions, like top 10. Like when you talk about Kobe and like Shaq, you're also gonna have to like bring Steph in that discussion. Also, I feel like he doesn't want to go out like he took LeBron out during like the 2017, 18. I was trying to remember when he was Cleveland and stuff. I don't feel like he wants to go out like that. Like of course LeBron had his whole wins after, but he had to go to Lakers for that shit. Like I feel like Steph doesn't want to get what he gave LeBron by Tatum, because then if Tatum's instantly going to get not that ring, not just the ring, but also Finals MVP, and I don't think Steph is like, nah, I'm not going to go out like that. Your guys are going to remember me. I don't think he's like as concerned as maybe Tatum is more on like getting like the Finals MVP, because like what you said, like he basically just created a whole new stat on shooting. But he definitely wants that ring. I think he definitely wants to be a part of that conversation. And also it's like, dude's getting older too. So he's like, could be like that good solid piece shot where I can like win this one.
That's interesting because kind of like what Malachi said is like, you already got 3, you already reached all these milestones. There's really not much to do. It's kind of like that Tom Brady effect. Like, all right, you got 5, now what? All right, you got 6, now what? Like it really doesn't really matter. And I'm really thinking about when that narrative kind of changed on, Finals MVP. I think him, honestly, because if you look at every champion from the 2000s era, obviously Shaq was the most dominant. Kobe was still young, but side by side, they're putting up numbers. Shaq won. Matter of fact, that's why, obviously they had their falling out and whatnot, but I feel like people wouldn't have viewed Kobe in the same light, this level of greatness, putting him top 10, if he didn't take on that task of being the top dog on his team and going to the finals 3 years in a row and winning 2 back-to-back ones against Orlando, against Boston. Obviously, Boston, Paul Pierce played great as well, too. Dallas, you had, Dirk Nowitzki as well, too. Even D-Wade did it. LeBron did it. Kawhi did it. Tim Duncan did it during his time as well, too. You had all these players who were considered the best player in their team kind of achieve that. And I think, at least, like I said, from the start of the 21st century, Steph hasn't done that yet. But kind of like Byron said, I think he's motivated than ever as well, too. And I think he knows, because at the end of the day, like, it is what it is. But at the end of the day, you still listen to this chit chat in the back of your head as well, too. So I think he's going to definitely try to put his print on this one and definitely try to gun for that as well, too. So I feel like if the Warriors happen to make it out of this series as the champions, I think he's finally going to break through and get Finals MVP as well, too.